Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick live stream. We are going to be doing another coloring book today. So we're doing the Harry Potter coloring book once again. You can see my coffee here. We got Fluffy and Hermione. This is Daniela's work on this side on the left. We got my Fluffy here on the right, which is almost done, actually. So I'm pretty excited to move on to another picture, which we'll probably do during this show. Let's just get out our palette here. And our palette this time consists of two colors because all we're doing is this very subtle background here. So we're going to be coloring in the keys and the key backgrounds and the keyholes, and that is it. Then this whole picture is done. And I'm excited to move on to another one. We're sort of working our way through this coloring book. I'll probably need to buy more colored pencils soon because Fluffy has sort of worked the brown pencil down to a nub, as you might be able to imagine based on looking at Fluffy himself. And yeah, there's plenty of book to go. Welcome, thank you to Chuckster for the host. Thank you to D Castillo for the host. D Castillo first in the chat. Welcome. Coloring books. Coloring books. I think this is a thumbs up for you, right? Thumbs up. Up. My phone is upside down, so it's hard to tell which way is up. Chuckster, hey Nick, how's it going? It's going great. Frost Fairy's in here. Decaf Bossman's in here. So I just saw, in addition to having seen Hamilton last night, I also just saw Wicked for the first time ever tonight. So that was pretty amazing. Wicked was really good. Really gave Hamilton a run for its money in terms of like how good it was. Totally different kind of thing. Much more of like a normal or like a traditional kind of like music-wise Broadway musical. And then, man, the stage effects and transitions and stuff were really great in Wicked. I don't know if anybody out there has seen Wicked or listened to the soundtrack, but I had never even heard the soundtrack before. The same as when I went into Hamilton for the first time. I hadn't listened to any of it, so that was a pretty crazy experience. Decaf saying, your coffee's trying to tell you there's a T-Rex coming. True, I'm on sort of a table that shakes around. So the coffee will probably be shaking. But I think that the camera doesn't shake because the camera is on the same table. So I think that it's shaking at the exact same rate that the table is shaking. So the camera doesn't actually show a lot of camera shake. It's just the coffee that you can see is shaking. It's a pretty funny idea, I think. Because you would think that the camera would get all shaky. Maybe it is. Maybe I just can't detect it. But I'm pretty sure, at least on my end, it looks kind of smooth. So what did everybody do on this fine Saturday? I sort of wasn't streaming all day today. I was in New York City at Wicked, walking around, doing a bunch of stuff. So this is my first stream of the day. Don't be alarmed. You didn't miss anything yet. And we're probably going to be going for a while through the night. So strap in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a very nice time here. If you don't know my channel, it's called The Voice of Nick. I play video games live 3 times a day, every single day. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in the stream. If you want to see more of the stuff that I do, then make sure you hit that follow button. In the last 30 days, I've done 200 hours of live stream content. That's 8.5 combined days of streams just in the last 30 days alone. So a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You can type !games if you want to see which games we're currently playing on the channel. We got Frost Fairy hosting. Thank you, Frost, for the host. Frost saying, I heard the soundtrack to Wicked. Glad you like the show. Amazing soundtrack. Chuck's is saying, I want to see Wicked. I need to take advantage of Broadway, where to go? Plays, seeing that I live in New York. Absolutely you should. Larry McNabb. Hey, Nick, we went to Kings Island Haunt. Cool. How was that? Spooky? Was it spooky enough for you? Did you scream? I've never been to, like, a haunted thing. I'm very scared of scary stuff, as you guys know from me playing video games. So going to haunted, like, events and things like that, like Halloween Horror Nights or any of that, haunted hay rides, I always get really scared. So I haven't really been to any. But now that I've played some spooky video games, maybe I should. Maybe I should try and give it another shot. Decaf saying, I'm still waiting for the day that what Nick said last night happens. They take down a Hamilton marquee and put one up for Tights, a superhero musical. Can't wait, Decaf. Whoa, Chugs are saying I went to get measured for my wedding dress. That is exciting. That's really cool. And that is, congratulations to Chuckster. I will say at any opportunity. Can you guys see the colors that are coming in the background? I'm trying to do it really subtle so it doesn't take away from Fluffy himself. I sort of decided to go with a really muted sort of gray and a really light layer of gold for the keys, but I hope that it's actually visible and that I'm not just like doing nothing on stream, like you can't even see what I'm doing. Oh, Larry's saying it was great. We have friends that sing there. Cool. So there's like music aspects to it as well. It's like a whole thing. That's cool. So what we're doing right now, for anyone who hasn't been following along with these kinds of streams, usually I do video games, as a lot of you guys know, but when I'm out of town, I don't attempt to bring the video game stuff with me. It's just too much work, and it never comes out as well as it could when I'm in town. So instead of doing that, we're sort of doing other kinds of streams instead. So right now I'm doing a Harry Potter coloring book. Right now we're doing Fluffy, the three-headed dog. You can see right here underneath my hand. And we also did Hedwig the Owl. We're going to be doing another drawing in a little bit. So a lot of fun stuff on the stream. There's a lot of cool alternatives to video game live streaming that we are able to do on the show. So if you like this, then consider hitting that follow button, because I do, as much as I would like to stay in town all the time, I do end up going out of town a lot. This was a really great vacation, but a lot of times I do it for work or something like that, where I end up out of town, not for vacation. So it's nice to have something like this to fall back on, and of course, it's always fun to do. I love doing it. And if you guys like watching it and you haven't followed yet, hit that follow button. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers. We're on the journey to 1,000. We hit 900 a little while ago. We're now at 920. Let's see, what's the number here? 934. Wow. 934, guys. We're trying to, obviously it's a longer road to 1,000, but I'll keep calling it out until we hit 1,000, because that's really exciting. It's the final 100 before we get to 1,000. Amazing. Thank you to everyone who's come on this journey with me. It's really incredible. Why does my damn Twitch not... It never works on this computer. There we go. It says, like, the feed's lost its signal. We got Decaf saying, so funny story, I went to my first haunted house on my high school senior trip. I decided to be the alpha male and lead the group. 30 seconds in, everything went pitch black, and a dude in a hockey mask jumped out with a chainsaw. I ran screaming to the back of the group and stayed there. That sounds like exactly what I would do, Decaf. We are the same in that regard, and also in the fact that we give all of our RPG characters our hand-me-down armor. Two regards in which we are the same. Yeah, the one like haunted house thing that we did was when we were in like, it was like middle school or something. The science teacher put on this thing in the science lab where you could walk. I don't know if you guys had the science lab that had like the desk thing. That was like for the science teacher where you did all the like lab experiments or whatever at the front of the room. but then they created like a maze out of that desk using like blankets and stuff, and there was spooky stuff inside. And I was the only person who was so scared because kids are going behind you and they're in front of you, and everyone goes in a big line. I was so scared by this maze that I had to stop the line and make everyone behind me get out so that I could get out of the maze because I didn't want to go any farther forward. So I'm definitely spooked by scary stuff. It's tough being me. On my Death Slayer saying LOL, when that happens, I just say, "Oh, hi there. How are you?" That's a good way to do it if you can keep your head together. I wouldn't be able to do that. Anybody else have some spooky stories? Haunted house related tales? I assume I'm not smudging this pencil. I don't think it smudges colored pencil when you put your hand on it, but I hope I'm not. I'm kind of getting some residue on my hand, but not as much as if it was number 2 pencil. Chuck's just saying, I've been a chicken all my life. We are the same there. Who's excited, by the way, guys? I want to see that number hit 1,000, the quadruple digits. We're so close. We're so close. I think maybe by the end of November, we might hit 1,000. It's incredible. Do you guys saying 1,000, baby? Chuck is saying, very excited. Nikki worked very hard to build up the following. A lot of you guys have been here, too, since, like, a couple hundred. Some of you have been here since single digits. Thanks to everybody who's been, making the channel what it is. It's so crazy to think about having 1,000 followers. It's crazy. Death Slayer saying, I've been here since the start. Sorry I'm not around as much, Nick. Well, you're an OG, Death Slayer. You can come and go as you please. But it's always good to have you here, I will say. Decaf with that voice of Nick Love. Post that voice of Nick Love emote if you got it, baby. I'm going to post the voice of Nick Love emote. Because I do got it. Frost saying, we do love you, Nick. Decaf saying, are you going to do something special when you hit 1,000? I haven't thought about it. I suppose we should do something special. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I have an idea that I want to... It's a little bit farther flung, but I think that's when I'll be ready. I want to do the Metal Gear Solid series when I hit partner, whenever that is. That's like far in the future. But I think that's when I'll be ready to like play Metal Gear Solid on the channel. Which is exciting for me because it's my favorite series ever. But I don't know what we'll do when we hit 1,000. I don't know if I could do like a I don't know if I could do like a 24-hour stream or something like that because of my schedule with freelance working and everything. Of course, that's a really fun thing to do. Shroomy did a great extended stream for his 1,000th follower, but I don't know if it works out the way that my sort of schedule works. But we could try to figure out maybe like a more streams in a day, or like playing through an entire game, um, you know, in rush mode, something like that. We can think about it. Maybe a movie night that's for everyone or something. Do you guys think? Don't mind me. I'm just going to be in the corner managing the wiki. I added a few more characters on the wiki recently. Not like a zillion more, but slowly working my way through the list of characters that we've built up in the past, weeks. I did a new thing on the, if anyone's ever been looking at the collection on Twitch of like the voices of Nick, they have a check mark next to their name now if they're added to the wiki, which is kind of useful for my end. But then you'll also be able to know, like, oh, okay, this guy's, I can find him on the wiki if I'm looking for him or something like that. Or if it's an existing character, then it's like, okay, this new information about this character has been added to the wiki, so I'll know that I can find that or whatever. So hopefully it'll be useful for everybody. My computer stream keeps loading. It's really annoying. Got to keep an eye on my phone battery as well. I'm at 29%. Streaming really kills your battery. So what's everyone's plan tomorrow? Tomorrow's Sunday, I guess. I'm gonna be flying, but I'll get back into LA relatively early in the day, so I should be able to start streaming again soon if I'm not sleeping. I may be staying up all night today to do, number one, a bunch of streams that I haven't gotten to do for the rest of the day, and some freelance work that, of course, is due end of day Sunday. So, the old double whammy, keeping you up at night. A lot like St. Isaiah, I tend to need to be doing work at all hours. For I was saying work again, I'm so tired I just pulled second 12-hour day in 2 days. Damn! That is intensive, Frost. Try and get some sleep and hang in there. Hard worker. Alright, so we crossed the halfway point. This thing is officially done on this side. Oh yeah, I can see it on camera. It looks different than this. It's not that different, But it's a nice little addition to the page, and I like that we're filling in the page. We're not just abandoning it, you know, when we get to the background. Because no one ever wants to fill in the background, but I think it's cool to do that. Yeah, get a hug in there for Frost Fairy, guys. Definitely is a huggable scenario. Or a high five, if you want to show that respect for the work ethic. I feel like we could just color the whole thing gray and then put the gold on top of it. But I haven't done that so far, so I feel like it would be weird to do it now. I'm just kind of loosely doing it anyway. It's not like perfectly colored in. Alright, that's a lot of gray. Now let's get some gold in here. Decaf, I might work on a character we discussed in the Discord. Cool. Might be slightly as in majorly excited about the musical I'm writing. That's awesome. Mickey Mouse is in here. Welcome Mickey Mouse to the stream. Oh, and hosting. Thank you, Mickey, for the host. White Llama Poo Poo is in here. Welcome, White Llama Poo Poo. Shout out. Somebody get a shout out to White Llama Poo Poo, by the way. Amazing stream. We got to check out his stream recently, and it was off the hook. I love the llama alert. It was amazing. White Llama saying, you know what the stream is missing? A happy little tree. That's true. We don't have a tree in this whole dang picture. All I do is color what they tell me, baby. I don't think up ideas on my own. I get electroshocked or something if I go outside the lines. Tell you what, next picture, we will have a tree in it, because this one, of course, is about to be done. The fluffy pick. Oh, there you go. Frost got that shout out in there for White Llama Poo Poo. You guys should definitely be following that channel if you have not done so already. It is awesome and some really, really fun, very kinetic sort of live stream ideas on there. Just cool stuff with video editing and different layouts and things. Definitely, I could take a page or two from your book, sir. So to anyone who's just tuning in, the channel is called The Voice of Nick. I play video games live 3 times a day, every single day. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in the stream. Of course, none of that matters today because we're doing a Harry Potter coloring book. So we're coloring in Fluffy and the background of his picture here, who is the three-headed dog from Chamber of Secrets. But the reason we're doing it is because I'm out of town. So I'm away from all my video game setups. I didn't want to try and bring video games on the road. Instead, we're doing other kinds of streams. So welcome to the show, guys. If you don't know my channel, in the last 30 days I've done 200 hours of live streams. That's 8.5 combined days of streaming just in the last 30 days alone. That's a lot of stuff, guys. So make sure you hit that follow button if you want to see more of the stuff I'm doing. And you can type !games if you want to see which games we're currently playing through on the channel. White Lampu was saying, spoilers, the dog is brown. That is a major spoiler. I don't know if I can handle that, White Llama Fubu. What is that? Oh, Decaf looked up Mistwalker after your stream. I'm now following him. That's awesome. You should be. It's a great stream. We've been lucky enough to find a lot of cool people on these shows, just by rating and sort of engaging with the Twitch community. And that's really it's been a privilege to meet so many cool people, so many talented people who are doing things that I would have never even thought to do. Completely different kinds of things, and people with great personalities, and there's something for everybody on Twitch, and everybody gets to be themselves and do their own thing, and it's really cool. We're so close, guys. We're right on the edge of the page here. After that, there's nothing left. After that, we do another picture. I'm at 22% phone, guys. That's the phone update. If anyone wants to post the battery percentage in the chat, keep that phone update, baby. 22% is where we're at right now. We'll see if we can finish this picture and move on to the next one before the phone dies. Or is murdered. Murdered by me streaming on it for too long. Decaf getting that 22% phone update. Thank you, Decaf. I will keep you guys informed of the phone update. I like how dull we've gotten this pencil to be. It's sort of right where we want it. The lines aren't too fine right now. Although we are going way outside the lines for some of this. Frosting, I'm really tired, guys. Gonna go to call it a night. Good night, everyone. Thanks, Frost, for being a part of the show. Let's give a hand to Frost, guys, who is really out there just killing it right now, and is much deserving of a little bit of R&R. Thanks, Frost, for joining the show. Get some shut-eye. Have a good day tomorrow. So we're done with Dead Space, and we didn't really start a new horror game unless I forgot about one that we started. I'm pretty sure I wanted to keep it until, you know, until now, until we were back from New Jersey to start a new gameplay series. But you may notice that if Dead Space is done, that means there's probably a space open for another horror game to get added. So I'm kind of excited to unveil what my next one will be. I got some pretty cool ideas. Ones that I've always wanted to do in general, ones that I've always wanted to do on stream. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff out there. If anyone has horror game suggestions, then feel free to post them in the chat. I will add them to the never-ending backlog, which will become even never-endinger. Never even less ending than before. I don't know how to... I don't know the proper... Ooh. There we go. Are we back? I want to say we're back. My phone went to sleep. How does that work? Ah, crap. It started over. Damn phone. Why would it do that? Why would my phone go to sleep? Man, you really can't take your eyes off this thing for a second. Alright, sorry everybody who was watching the show and then got rudely interrupted. I can't even tell when the stream went away. I don't know what I was talking about when it stopped. But hopefully we didn't miss out on too much. I was saying that I have some good horror games planned to try and do now that Dead Space is done. Of course, we're going to do the rest of the Dead Space series, you know, on stream eventually. But typically we don't go game to game to game to game, except with Kingdom Hearts because we're trying to get through that series before the new one comes out. Dead Space isn't exactly a top priority because they canceled the series and fired the whole team, unfortunately. Alpha Team's in here. Welcome, Alpha Team. Decaf saying, phones been known to do that when they have low battery. Yeah, but not when they're actively doing something. At least I didn't think they would. I also put it on low power mode so that it wouldn't give me that stupid message that says, do you want to put your phone on low power mode? And then that message would put the stream to sleep. So I don't know what happened there, but whatever it was stupid. Why won't my phone just never go to sleep? So battery update then. Now that we're all coming back in the stream, hopefully you guys refresh the feed. Battery update is 18%. 18% battery, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're at. And we're getting into the final quadrant here. So we're doing pretty good. We're near the end here. What do you think of the gold and gray background? I'm liking it a lot. I think it has enough personality to it to look engaging, but it also doesn't... I don't think it takes away from Fluffy himself. I think it's like muted enough to not take away from the main picture, because that was what I was afraid of. I didn't want to have like a big bright green or bright blue or something, or I don't know. Or even black would probably take away from it, because then it would be like, number one, it would eat up all my black, and number two, it would take away from all the dark areas of Fluffy. I wanted him to kind of stick out. Decaf posting that phone battery update. Thank you, Decaf. And welcome to anybody who's just joining the show or who's coming back to the show. The channel's called The Voice of Nick. I play video games live 3 times a day, every single day. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in the stream. None of that matters today. I'm out of town. I'm doing a Harry Potter coloring book right now. So we're just about to be done with this picture of Fluffy, the 3-headed dog. Then we're moving on to a unannounced next picture. This one we're saving. We're not going to color this on my show. Or at least not. I'm not going to color it on my show because Daniela is in the process of doing that one on stream. So we will leave that for her. And we are going to do a different picture. I don't know how that's going to work if, you know, we're supposed to do like a tandem picture, like us next to each other coloring, but then her page is on a different page than my page. Maybe I'll have to finish her pages or something if I finish the adjoining page. I don't know how it'll work. But let's worry about that another time. Forward progress, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we're looking for here. Moving on, moving upward. Fluffy, I think, is good. I think my owl picture is better. The owl picture was more interesting, I thought, because you really get a lot of colors. You have a really sort of like visually interesting image. The owl himself is like very simple, but also it came out pretty cool looking. The way that the letter cast a shadow on him. There's a lot of aspects of the owl that I like. Fluffy's good, but he ended up a little bit like jumbled. Like it's a lot of brown and darkness. Not really like it is dynamic in a sense, but it's too much brown. Like it doesn't look that visually interesting. I sort of went a little bit too literal with Fluffy. So I still like it. I think it turned out well. I like some of the stuff we did with shadowing. I like the way that this head is now in shadow in the background. The way that this one cast that big shadow down there. That stuff's really cool. But I think I will try to do the next one as something that has more color to it. More varied colors. Table's making noise now when I try to shade things in. And hopefully I don't knock over my coffee. Okay, so this is all done. This is all done. Now you just got to check for, like, sometimes I'll forget to fill in a keyhole or something. It's hard to find them among all the filled in areas because it's not that dark in general. So, you know, to find like a specific keyhole that's not filled in, it's not as easy as it might seem. Although it does seem that we got them all so far. Here we go. Here's a piece of gold we didn't get. And so to anyone who's wondering, if you're saying, oh, I don't like coloring book streams, I want to watch more video games, we'll be back to the video games tomorrow around midday Pacific time. Let's say like after like 4 p.m. or something. Not midday. Afternoon. Into the evening. I'll start back up with more video games because I'll be back in LA. So stay tuned for that, guys. That's it. We got Fluffy. He is complete. This is our Fluffy image. You can see him right here. It turned out well. Again, you know what? We're going to add one more thing. It's going to be like a little shadow here on his paw. Oh yeah, I kind of like the idea of this shadowed having his nails be shadowed. That's a nice feature. This basically whole thing is shadowed. And then we're going to shadow his paw so that it looks like his head is casting a shadow onto his paw. And now, done. Fluffy is complete. Satan Prime's in here. Welcome, Satan Prime. Is that Hulk Hermione? Yeah, it's green Hermione. This is Daniela's drawing here, or coloring instance. Green Hermione with pink robes because she's part of House Jigglypuff. That one's... We just finished our Fluffy drawing, or coloring, and we're going to move on to another one. Battery update, to anyone who is keeping track, is 14% on the phone, so who knows what's going to happen. Hopefully I can plug my phone in, but I don't know how at present to do that. So we'll see about that. But Fluffy complete, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give a round of applause to Fluffy. It was a long one. It took us a while, but it worked in the end. So now we find a new picture. Let's see what we can get here. I'll put these colors back in there. Coloring book thing. Harry Potter coloring book. We got this picture of Harry and Hedwig. That's cool. We got this more graphic stuff. We just did a lot of graphic stuff, though. We got this Dumbledore, which is pretty cool. I like that. That's fun. T-Bauer saying, hello, Nick and everyone. Can you see this, Nick? Yes, I can. Welcome, T-Bauer, to the stream. This is our Hedwig that we did last time. I like this Dumbledore, and I think we could do some cool stuff with lighting. I'll probably mess it up, but we could do some cool stuff with lighting. Got the Sorting Hat here. That's cool. The Hogwarts houses. This is our Fluffy picture. The keys. I still don't want to do any graphic artwork right now. Don't want to do any double pages at the moment, although it is really cool. There's Dobby. Harry and Ron and Fang. More of this stuff. Hermione one's pretty cool. Chamber of Secrets, looking good. Harry and Draco. I don't know what this background's supposed to be. That's pretty cool. Harry and Draco. I'm eventually going to have to do some humans. I don't know if we'll do that now, though. Quidditch World Cup. Dragon. Whatever the heck this is. I don't know when that occurred in the movies. Stan Shunpike. I don't know who this is. Draco? Maybe? Oh, it's a Slytherin. I guess it's Draco. Why does he have the Monster Book of Monsters? Like, he doesn't look very, like, Draco-esque. He's not sneering. This Dementor picture is pretty cool. There's the goblet, or whatever, Triwizard holster. Fox. There's Harry, Ron, and Hermione. All these are cool. Durmstrang ship. They kind of intimidate me. Like, I don't know what I would do for a lot of these. Wizard Wheezes. Who is that, Snape? Is that Snape? I guess it is. Satan saying the clown scene was from Prisoner of Azkaban? Really? When did they have a clown in the movie? I don't remember it at all in the book. Is it something that comes out of the Boggart cabinet? Still don't want to do any double pages right now. Oh, there's a Xenophilius Lovegood. I don't know what's happening here. Like hieroglyphics or something. Oh, look, now they have the Deathly Hallows symbol all over the place. That's cool. Satan saying yes. Oh, it comes out of the Boggart cabinet? But that's not what Harry's afraid of. Wasn't that a picture of Harry? Man, look at this one. Dancing trolls. Cool. That's a nice one. It's like some kind of artwork. I don't know where this came from. A bunch of other stuff. Wands. There's a Wormtail, Bellatrix, and somebody. Lucius, I guess? I don't know. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. whatever it's called. Dark Mark. There's Voldemort. Oh man, this one's gonna be like a lot of sameness. Okay, there's some deer looking at Hogwarts. And then that's it. We got the sneakoscope and then nothing. So let's just like pick a page here. Let's go for this one. Why not? Daniel Radcliffe, baby. Alright, so we're going to start on Daniel Radcliffe then. The Harry Potter and Draco Malfoy imagery. I'm going to see if I can plug my phone into a charger. Phone charge level update is 11%. So let's see if we can unplug my headphones. And that should now, you should be on speakerphone or whatever, or like hearing it from the phone's internal mic. But hopefully it still sounds okay. I'll plug in the computer. Don't allow. And we'll see if that works. It looks like it's charging. The question with charging off of a computer is how fast will it charge? Satan Prime saying Harry wasn't afraid of the clown, but the person before him was. The movie scene has the clown moving back and forth before it changed into a Dementor. Okay, that makes sense. Also, Prisoner of Azkaban, great movie. That sounds okay. Doesn't sound bad. Alright, so let's start on this Harry Draco pick. I'm going to pick some of our palette here. But you know what, guys? Before we properly start this, let's get a couple of colors in here real quick. Just so we have some stuff to work with. Some skin adjacent colors. There's more colors involved with skin than you might think. But let's do a live raid, guys. Let's get a mid-raid going during the show. So I wonder if I can make like a piece of paper that says that we're doing a mid-raid, because we can't show the stream like we usually do on the stream. I don't know where I can find any paper, though. Maybe I can do it here. Let's make a thing right now. Alright, so stay tuned for a mid-raid. M-I-D. We're going to raid somebody's stream. For anyone who doesn't know how this works, we're going to raid someone's stream who is doing something else at the moment. And then we're going to come back to our stream, whoever wants to. If you want to stay in their stream, that's totally cool. I won't hate you forever. But if you want to come back to this stream, it'll still be live and we'll still be coloring. Okay, good. Yeah, the charging is working, by the way, for anyone who's wondering about that. So that's like a fun thing that we're doing now for like double length shows. So this is going to be a double episode here of coloring since we're starting on the new picture. So let's get a different color this time. D. It's kind of the same as that. Mid-raid. Mid-raid. Can you see that? The D is kind of lacking. Let's add a little bit of red to this D. Mid-raid. Okay, let's mid-raid somebody, guys. So I'm going to try and find somebody to raid. Hang tight. And we will all join together. So the way this is going to work is obviously I don't activate the raid command because that would end my show. But we're going to post that channel in the chat. And while we're posting that channel, you guys are going to want to join that channel. Comment along. You can post the raid emotes and all that stuff. We're going to be watching for about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll come back to this one. And yeah, it does look like this is still charging, so that's all good. So I'm going to try and find a good one to raid. Let's see if we can do it. I'll post the mid-raid. I'm going to put the, yeah, let's get the Hogwarts crest here on the side. I'd like to do this Hogwarts crest soon as well. But of course, we gotta switch it up. I don't want to keep doing graphic images like that. So let's see who is out there doing stuff. I'm excited, guys. We're starting a new picture. Here we go. Is this a person who's readable? Okay, yeah. Let's check out this one, guys. The channel is called Mini Mature, and we're gonna post that raid emote and that voice of Nick emote if you got it. I'll post a copy pastable version of that in the chat. You can copy that if you're a subscriber. If not, just post that raid emote and some hearts, and of course let them know you're coming from the voice of Nick stream. So yeah, I'll post the channel right now. Here we go. So let's all raid this channel, guys, by posting those emotes in there. I'm gonna go closer to my mic so that you can actually hear what the heck I'm saying. And let's put this person loud. So you're gonna hear their stream as well. All right.
Oh my gosh, Satan, you're here. Holy shit, it's too soon. We were just talking about Satan. What's going on? Holy coincidences of coincidences. The voice of Nick and Satan Prime. Hello, welcome. Oh my goodness gracious. Decaf Boss Man, hello you guys, welcome. I swear I didn't know Satan was even in the chat. Did you hear talking just about Satan? You're gonna be, thank goodness. What are you up to? Welcome. You were playing art? What were you doing in art? That sounds amazing. Art is awesome. Legal, hello friend.
This person seems really fun.
Oh, you're watching my stream during my show? Crap. Hello. Hello. This is my first time playing Hit Evil Within. I am Minnie Mocker. I hate scary games. And I am a gigantic wuss. I think that sums me up pretty well. What are you doing? What are you doing on your stream? Are you actually creating art? Are you making something fun?
I like her subtitle thing. We've seen another person who had that.
Coloring book? Atlanta. That is amazing. Oh, that's so cute, Nick. That's so much more wholesome and adorable than me out here killing zombies. Or whatever the hell these things are. Do you ever play scary games, Nick? I don't play them often, but when I do, I nearly shit my pants. Oh, poor guy. I didn't even see that. I am the worst. I am the worst. Mini fail. Kyari, hello.
Once again, guys, make sure you check out this channel if you're just joining the show. We're doing a mid-raid,
Thank you very much.
which is to say that we are raiding someone in the middle of the show to check out their channel.
Really connected with my video description, right? Oh, that's very cool, Nick. That's very cool. Yeah, we just started. It took me an hour to get to the title screen today. So, that's how awesome I am at scary games.
Hey, thank you to It's Just Molly who has followed. Welcome to the channel. Everybody say hi to It's Just Molly. If anyone's still in this channel right now, then make sure you say hi.
Cool of you to raid. I appreciate
Um,
it so much, Nick. And
Welcome to the channel. I'll give you the whole
people.
explanation once we get back to the show from the raid.
I assume since you did the second one, you like the first one enough to go through with the second. Would that be an accurate assumption? Your speech was not messy, Kyrie. I could literally understand everything you were saying. You would have no idea what you've been through. If you hadn't already told me, I would have had no idea that you've been through something as major as you've gone through, bro. Like, I am so amazed and like proud of you. I know that sounds super sappy, but seriously, I don't know that I would have the guts to do what you're doing right now. But I am really impressed by you. For reals. And I'm gonna kill this guy in your honor. So glad I killed him. I would have killed him because if I died trying to kill him in your honor. Aw. Nick! Nick, what other kinds of games do you like playing when you're not being terrified in scary games? Or are you more creative? That's okay too if you are. And full on ammo, 10's the most you can have. How do I reload? Is it B? Kyari! Girl, seriously. You wouldn't be able to tell at all. What is in his head? Stabs. So many stabs. That now, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, what did I pass?
Oh my god, we got a lot of people following here. So we're in the middle of a mid-raid, guys, and of course I will welcome everyone once we come back to the show. But thank you to
When you're
you,
oh,
140550,
cool idea.
Mini Mocker,
I've done a few like
Don't Yell at Me 84. Thank you guys.
cooking
Thank you so much.
before. But I like to stick to. I usually do multiplayer games, so I'm sort of trying to do like 50-50 right now, where like sometimes I do story-based games, and then we go back to things I started my channel with, like GTA 5 or Fortnite Save the World. I don't do Battle Royale. I do the PvE mode. But Red Dead Redemption, we just finished that story mode a few days ago. We're ready for Red Dead Redemption 2, but unfortunately I'll be at TwitchCon when it comes out. So we're gonna play Red Dead Redemption 2 when I get back from TwitchCon, which will be after November 2nd.
Hey, and Mark C420 is cheering. Thank you, Mark, for the cheer. So hang tight. Once we come out of our mid-raid, I will, of course, give you a custom Voice of Nick voice during the show. But, of course, we don't want anyone to miss it because right now we are mid-raiding during the episode. So if you have not done so yet, make sure you join the mid-raid by joining this channel. Link I will post in the chat. So join that channel, post that raid emote, of course. And we're actually raiding in the middle of a show. So I'm going to announce during that person's chat when we're coming back, and then we'll come back to our program.
I know you still haven't played Call Up, but thank you so much for rating me, and I look forward to checking out one of your streams this week as well. Thank you for the follow. Colt, I hope you're doing good too. Yo, why didn't I think of that? Son of a bee sting. If they get caught in the other trap, of course they'd be caught in the bear trap. And here I am disarming every single one of them. It doesn't cost me resources of my own to disarm them, does it? Like, I'm not using a mod or anything to disarm them, am I? It's not working.
I have a bunch of portable chargers. Let me see if I can plug one of those in. Because it doesn't seem like it'll charge off my laptop. It's like not enough power or something. Let's try that. Is this charging?
That's why I thought I get those little trap resources from.
No, not charging at all.
Well, too late for this guy.
This thing is just not functional.
Build from a bear trap. That would be like
Alright, how about this one? I have many portable chargers.
bridge over that way. Alright, so this is where I had that one guy run into the wire. Hey, over here! Hey, you guys! I mean, how do I wave my hand without shooting a bullet? Over here! Over here, man! Over here! Oh! Is it the D-pad? It's the D-pad. Okay, so that's... it's
Whoops.
just,
No.
D-pad.
There we go. We're back.
I don't have a bottle, which is...
And should be charging. Hopefully we will be dying slower than we charge now. Otherwise, I honestly don't know.
Shut up. Oh, right, analog stick brings this up. Max is 10, stock is 5, and the clip is 2. Syringe 2, and that's all I have. Interesting. Really interesting. Thank you for that tip. Oh my gosh, I want to do coloring. I did watercolors on stream one time. I have problems with my hands, so it's really hard for me. That didn't kill me, did it? Ew, holy body parts. See, I have problems with my hands, so I'm not able to like hold a paintbrush or a pencil for a really long time. Which sucks. Because I would totally do more of those streaks if I could, but my hands are weakling. I want to just like relax and color with people. That sounds amazing. It sounds so relaxing. That's okay. I'm over here playing scary games instead. Be still my heart. Oh, thank you, Nick. They are my babies. Tesla and Professor. They are my world. How did I get a new green screen? This is the second time we've screened with my new green screen, the Elgato green screen that just like pops up. I used to have like a piece of green fabric hanging from my blinds to the wall. The Tesla, being a little energetic puppy she is, went full zoomy mode on my green screen and just knocked my blinds down and then knocked the bracket to the blinds down. Needless to say, being precarious was not working for me anymore. So we had a get a new green screen. Can I open this? No. I feel like I need a lock again. Oh, or to push this very giant gear.
So we're probably gonna go back, guys, in another minute or so. So stay tuned for that. Looks like I figured out how to actually get it to charge. I had to go off my portable charger rather than my laptop. I know it makes less sense to do that. Nice, it's a whiskey stream.
Okay, okay. Syringe, got it. Man, right, Nick? You just like, feels like you barely got tapped, and yet you just sink to the bottom. Oh, gross. That was nasty. Yeah, but Tesla, she's still got her donut on. She has a ton of allergies, and she's just been nipping at herself to a point where she's like, just skin in some areas. She's just so bad, it's so sad to see. So we put like this inflatable donut around her. It's sort of like a cone, but it's a little bit easier for them to sort of navigate with. And my aiming with that bottle is just horrid, but she's had it for probably a week now. And girlfriend just like totally does not mind it whatsoever. She's just like, yeah, this is a part of my life now. I have this awesome inflatable pillow that follows me everywhere. Come over here, get trapped. Get wrecked.
Alright, so we're gonna head back to our stream in a second, guys.
Get on. Thank you, Nick. I look forward to watching you and your, I was gonna say drawing, but you obviously do more than that. I look forward to watching your stream and meeting your community too. Thank you so much for giving us a chance. That was really sweet of you. I love random little raids like that and meeting new people through such a thing. So I look forward to seeing you soon. And thank you again. It's very, very kind of you. Let's see if we can get this stupid zombie to fall into these bear traps. I think I'm gonna shoot at it once and see what happens.
Alright, so
D-pad, right?
that was Mini Mocker, guys.
Left.
Mini Mocker. Check out Mini Mocker's channel. We're going to take the mid-rated thing off of here. We're going to put the computer back where it goes. And we are going to continue coloring our coloring book. Moving on to the next picture. So now we're going to be on this Harry Draco snitch-catching picture. He who catches snitches gets stitches. I don't know. Let's put this piece of paper back in my bag. And we have a bunch of events here, guys, that happened during the mid-raid. We met a lot of cool people on there. Very, very welcoming community. Really cool streamer. So, again, check out Mini Mocker if you haven't already. That's the person we just mid-raided. A lot of fun. We just gained a bunch of followers from that stream. That really, really nice and welcoming community that they would, you know, follow me from the raid. So we have... It's Just Molly has followed. Welcome, It's Just Molly. Welcome to you 140550. Welcome you 140550. Welcome to Mini Mocker, the streamer extraordinaire, hitting that follow button. And Don't Yell at Me 84. Welcome, Don't Yell at Me 84. Everybody say hi to our four newest followers, four newest members of the Meatball Marauders. Once again, that's It's Just Molly, U140550, Mini Mocker, and Don't Yell at Me 84. Thank you guys for the follows. I hope you enjoy the content. To anyone who's new to the channel is called The Voice of Nick. I play video games live 3 times a day, every single day. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in the stream. Of course, none of that really counts today because we're doing a coloring book stream today. We're doing this lovely Harry Potter coloring book here. So I have some of my skin tones laid out. I have, maybe we'll start even on the coats. I don't know. But we're doing coloring right now, so don't worry about spoilers. Don't spoil anything anyway, but still. It's hard to spoil a coloring book. So, in the last 30 days, I've done 200 hours of live streams. That's 8.5 combined days of streams. If anyone else is interested in following, if you're just joining the show, you're new to the channel, then certainly appreciate it if you hit that follow button. So, we have a new voice to do. Marksy420 has just put in 200 bits, has cheered with 200. Thank you to Marksy420. That was also during the mid-raid, so thank you, Mark. So let's get a new Voice of Nick voice in here, and this voice is going to be... I am Mr. Pencil. I make this voice when my mouth clamps together. It goes like dee 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 dee. I always make sure to chop things in half with my giant axe. Did I mention that I have a giant axe? Mr. Pencil Stefan Jones. That's my name. Thank you to Marksy420 for the cheer. Once again, anybody who cheers will get a Voice of Nick voice as their shout out, but anyone who donates any amount or cheers over 50, like Marksy420 did, gets a brand new Voice of Nick voice. So thank you to Marksy420. Someone's saying, is there a bug in your coffee? Oh no, that's a piece of coffee grounds. Although my coffee's cold anyway at this point, so... Yeah, the Keurig kind of gets a couple of grounds in it for some reason. Welcome to a bunch of people in the stream. Becca Lou, who just joined, Silent Witness, is back in here. Welcome, Silent Witness. Satan Crime is in here. We got Decaf Bossman back. SM Punk 831. Welcome, guys. Jonad is in here. Welcome, guys. Hello to everybody. Mega Voyager's in here. Welcome, Mega Voyager. A lot of people joining the show. So welcome. I hope you enjoy this program. We're going to be coloring this Harry Potter coloring book. Here's just an update for everyone who has not been in here before. This is the book itself. I got it for 10% off, so smart shopper, am I right? We've done 2 pages so far, and there's one in progress that we are doing with Danielle Claire currently. So we did this page of Hedwig. We're considering it to be Hedwig delivering Harry's letter. I don't think it would be Hedwig delivering his letter to first get into Hogwarts, but whatever. Then we did this of Fluffy, the 3-headed dog. We just finished that one on today's show during part 1 of this like 2-parter episode. Danielle is working on this Hermione picture where it's a green Hermione in House Jigglypuff, as she says, because the robes are pink. And now we're going to be doing this. We have a bunch, obviously, more pages to go. We're going to do this Harry Draco picture where they're flying together trying to catch the snitch. Hey, we got Azur Tundra donating $5. That's very generous, Azur Tundra. Thank you. Okay, so let's get a new voice in here for Azur Tundra. Okay, you ready for this? I am Dr. Headphones. I always make sure to talk in a voice like this because I'm coming through your headphones. So put your headphones on and listen to my voice because I will come through your ear holes and root myself inside of your ear canal. Dr. Headphones is at it again. Thank you to Azur Tundra. That is a very generous donation. We also need to get a marker in here. Oh my god, I forgot the name of the other character as well. What was the name of the other character? Do we have a name for that other guy? Pencil something? And let's get a marker in here for Dr. Headphones. We also got... Oh, U140550 has subscribed on YouTube. Thank you to U140550. I hope you enjoy the stuff. You know, what's it called? Archives of these shows go up on YouTube as well. You can check that in the channel description. Decaf Bossman cheering with 5. Thank you, Decaf. Let's get a random wiki in here. Random wiki. Who came up? We got Clapazorp7. Nice. Clapazorp7
is an alien life form from the Nier Automata universe. He helped to create the game's robots. Personal life, he likes to sit in his underwear and watch television for 75 hours per day. Glaucozorp 9, his home planet, has 400 hours in a day, but his lifespan's only 2 days long, so he thinks he probably shouldn't waste so much time. I love it. Glaucozorp 7, here we go.
I am Glaucozorp 7. I am trying to make a house out of feathers, but it doesn't work. And I really shouldn't be wasting my very short lifespan on this, because I only live 2 Glaucozorpian days. Oh no, I'm wasting time. I'm having a midlife crisis. I've already lived for 1 day already. Glaucozorp 7, I gotta go.
That's Glaucozorp 7. Thank you to Decaf for cheering and supporting the stream. Once again, anybody who cheers gets a Voice of Nick shout out. Anyone who cheers over 50 or donates any amount, like I forgot to mention that about Azure Tundra, but that's why Azure Tundra got a brand new voice. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the stream. Oh, baby. Okay, we got another. Hold on, let's get a marker for Glaucozorp 7. Popping off today. Glaucozorp. I swear, guys, sometimes I also color on this stream. Sometimes I also play video games. We got Silent Witness is in here with 71 bits. Oh my god. Okay, we got Silent Witness in here, 71 bits. That means we make another new voice. Let's see here.
Wub 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 wub. My name wub 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 is the dubstep wub 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 wub. Jonathan wub 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 wub. I sound like this wub 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 wub. And you'll never catch me wub 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 wub. I'm also a thief wub 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 wub. I rob banks also wub 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 wub.
And you'll never hear the drop. Anyway, that's Dubstep Jonathan. Thank you to Silent Witness for the cheer. Let's get a marker in here. Dubstep Jonathan. Dubstep Jonathan. Good stuff. That is a new character. Anyone who cheers gets a Voice of Nick voice, but anyone who donates any amount or cheers over 50, like Silent Witness did, gets a brand new Voice of Nick voice as their shout out. Silent Witness also put in more cheer after that, so that we're going to count that as a second cheer. I typed that wrong. Random wiki. Lollipop Johnson. This character, wow, this one doesn't have a lot of info. This character ironically does not like lollipops, but eats Skittles instead. Might also have a secret dark past. Lollipop Johnson, we got a lot of opportunities here to mess with this character. All right. This is the lollipop.
My name is Lollipop Johnson. I hate eating lollipops, but I eat Skittles. The thing about it is that my mother was a lollipop, and I could never kill another lollipop because I will never forgive myself. My mother was a lollipop, and my father was a Snickers bar. And don't ask how that works logistically, because that's gross. I don't want to think about that. I also poop out candy canes, and that also is very painful because they're rigid objects, and it really hurts me.
That's Lollipop Johnson. Thank you to Silent Witness for the second cheer in there. Once again, anyone who cheers gets a Voice of Nick voice as their shout out. Lollipop Johnson. St. Isaiah's in here. What is this channel? The Hands of Nick? Why, yes it is, sir. It is. Since it's not a face cam stream, I have to work with my hands. Look, we're about to be doing a new picture. We finished off Fluffy here. Fluffy is complete. So we're working now, about to be working on our Draco Harry picture over here. We got another thing going on. The Nick of Voice. The Nick of Voice has donated $5. Oh my god, this is a very generous donation as well. Thank you to the Nick of Voice. Choosing to put in my name, sort of, unless there's another user out there named the Nick of Voice as their name and choosing to remain anonymous. That is totally possible to do in donations, although I wish I could thank you normally. But thank you to the Nick of Voice. Let's get a custom Voice of Nick voice out here. So here we go.
My name is Ant on a Log Jones. I'm a little tiny ant and I'm moving across this page and spam!
And in that moment, Anthony Log Jones was killed. The first ever Voice of Nick voice to be killed on stream. Send some sad faces for Ant on a Log Johnson or Jones, whatever his name was. Guys, that was a new character the Nick of Voice has summoned from the depths of the Nickiverse. Ant on a Log Johnson. Ant on a Log Johnson. I'm going to say. It might have been Jones. I don't know. Thank you to the Nick of Voice for that donation. And let's get some leaderboards in here because they're definitely changed now. We got sad faces coming in from Decaf and Azure Tundra. That was, you know, I didn't even see that one coming in. I'm the one who wrote it. I'm the one who created that situation. I could have stopped it, guys. I could have stopped it. All right, top 3 on the donation leaderboards now. Doom Monster is in 3rd place with $3. Thank you to Doom Monster. 2nd place, actually tied for 1st place is 2 different people, is the Nick of Voice and Azure Tundra, both with $5. Thank you to Azure Tundra and the Nick of Voice. That is a gold star donation. Thank you guys for that. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the channel. It's really, really appreciated. So what do you say, guys? Let's get into some coloring. We got Bling Nails by Ariel's in the stream. Welcome, Bling Nails, to the show. And let's get started on coloring this stuff in. So we got this stuff. It looks like is this movie number 2 or is this movie number 4? Oh, it's a Nimbus 2000, so that would be movie 2? Does he break his broom in number 2 or 3? Ah, who knows? I think he breaks it in 3 because then he needs to get a new one from his dear old godfather. Decasting 3 hours later, he finally begins coloring. Yes. So, again, thank you to everyone who has donated and cheered and supported the stream on today's program. Is this red? I can't tell if this is red or not. It looks kind of orange. Well, let's go for it. Yeah, it looks red. Alright, so we're going to sort of create some of our own folds here. We're just going in with some of these things, because this actually looks more like the fold than the area that they're making as a line here. So let's kind of mess with this, put some deeper color into this part, and we are officially off to the races, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to the races. I don't even know what that phrase means. Like, am I physically moving to the race? Like, is that a thing? Silent Witness saying there's leaderboards? Yes, there are. There are leaderboards for cheer and for donations. So the cheer leaderboards, you can see, if you're on desktop, you can see them on the top of your screen. If not, then I will read them out for you right now. Cheer leaderboards, we have in 3rd place, Space Dust with 300. That's a purple level cheer. Thank you, Space Dust. 2nd place is Ben Frost with 665. That's another purple level cheer. Thank you to Ben Frost. 1st place is Frost Fairy with 1050. That is a teal level cheer. Thank you to Frost Fairy. Thank you to everyone who's supporting the streams. So, we're just kind of creating some of our own folds here in the cloth. Just kind of gonna bring this to a head, gonna shade it in our own way. I don't even know if the shading really kind of shows up on the stream or not, or if it's too small. Hopefully it does. I didn't mention it a second ago, but by the way, shout out to Saint Isaiah who joined the stream a little while ago. Could somebody get a shout out in there for him? You guys should be checking out Saint Isaiah if you haven't already. Amazing streamer. Also a big active member of the community. So many good reasons to be. Also a huge supporter of the show, which I'm sure a lot of you guys know already. But Saint Isaiah is just an all-around stand-up guy, and you should be checking out his channel if you haven't done so before.
Although, if you've been watching my streams, why the heck would you have not already checked out Saint Isaiah? Okay, so we're gonna start putting in some... I wonder if I just mix some maroon in here. Is that gonna screw this up? No, I think this kind of adds to it a little bit. Maybe get a little bit of brown, a little bit of black. Yep, that's what we want. We want some black in here. And you know what? I'm gonna test out something while we're messing with this. We gotta figure out a direction for the lighting to come from. It's gonna be sort of arbitrary, so let's just figure that out now. Also, I want to test this out. Let's see if we can just get a couple of like... Yeah! Oh, look at that. Just a couple of like dirt specks and stuff like that on his coat. You know, he's not going to be completely squeaky clean. He's been quidditching all day. Saint Isaiah is saying, I literally walk away for 5 minutes and I come back to amazingly kind words. Well, they're well-deserved, sir. Well-deserved. You should be seen by everyone who is on my stream, and obviously many more, but anyone who's on my stream has no excuse not to check out your channel. So how is all that work going, St. Isaiah? We're in sort of a safe space now, so if you don't want to talk about it, that is totally fine. But last time you checked in, you were mentioning some pretty intense stuff. I'm curious to know how it's going. I actually have some work tonight that's probably going to keep me up possibly all night. So we'll see. See how that turns out. But yeah, so we should really settle on a direction for the lighting now before we start committing to these shadows and stuff. Let's see. San Jose is saying, oh, I'm still working on it. Too much work, not enough time. Yeah, ain't it the truth? It's always that way, isn't it? T-Bauer saying, how do you do the St. Isaiah award? I forgot. So if you just type ! award space the name you want to give the award to, that's how you give away a St. Isaiah award. There we go, getting some extra shadow in here. See, of course we can get deep red, but I also feel like it's important to get some black in there just to really round out the shadows. And I do like the way that this dirt looks. It doesn't make the thing look squeaky clean, you know? Yeah, baby, look at that. Yes. Love it. We're gonna, like, sort of just move in a wave here. I'm trying to mess with, let's just say that the lighting is, like, somewhat diffused. Like, I don't think that we're really going for, like, any harsh lighting effects on this one. Oh, so you want to type ! There you go. There you go. You guys got it. Oh yeah, you can see the shading, I think. I think you can see the shading. I don't know if you can see all the, like, little dirt specks that we put on there, but we can zoom the camera in later and show those. I'm going to put some more dirt specks right now. Just to give him some texture here. Okay, now we're sort of messing with dangerous territory, aka Harry Potter's dang old face. We don't have any other body parts to color in before the face, which is obviously a pretty, like, risky move. Let's maybe try his neck first. Okay, so that's a pretty decent skin color, I guess. It's a little bit yellow. What do we got here? This is going to be even more yellow. We might have to infuse it with some red. Give him a little bit more life.
We can probably give this a highlight of white as well if we ever need to. Yeah, this light brown kind of helps us out as well. But he definitely looks a little bit Homer Simpson right now, so let's give it a tiny little tinge of red. Does this work in colored pencil form? It does with paint. Sorta. Let's see if this white will give it a little youth. The white does absolutely nothing. Good to know. Alright, well his neck is always going to be a little darker. I don't really know how we're going to like sort of get the lighter parts, and maybe we just have to like leave off certain sections, not color them. Yeah, the neck's obviously darker because the shadows are hitting it from his head. So let's get in there with that. And that's what we got for the neck right now. St. Isaiah saying all the highlighted messages. Too much love. It is an overload, love overload. So let's just go real light with this. We'll get a base layer of skin, because obviously he's gonna have skin tone everywhere. And we'll shade in as needed. Obviously his neck's pretty dark, but that's sort of like, we kind of want that. I'm also going to try and leave his eyes somewhat completely white. Man, his neck's pretty dark, but it'll look better when we shade the rest of his head. Hopefully it won't look completely out of place. If it does, we can like put it under a turtleneck or something, like make it black. I don't know. So let's give him a little bit more definition here. Give him some more definition here. This is looking good. Darken it in here. Bear with me, bear with me. I know he looks different now. Bear with me. I hope I know what I'm doing. I hope I know what I'm doing. Get a little darkness under his eyeball. This is a lot of yellow. We're gonna skip this yellow here. We're gonna put in this light brown for a little shadowed areas. Start going like that. It's a very sensitive area when you're coloring Harry first, especially because he's the hero of the scene. Alright, that looks good. Let's get a little bit of red in here. I wonder if that's going to mess it up. We'll see. No, I think that helps, actually. I think that does help. A little bit of red in the ears. We're probably going to make the glasses area a little bit lighter than the rest. We can probably try to darken the rest of his face to kind of match his neck. They give him like a harsher shadow that at least kind of indicates that this color tone is possible on his neck. Alright, this is starting to look pretty good. I don't know if any of this even shows up on camera, really. But, we're going to give that a little bit of black, give that a little bit of black. Put a tiny bit of black under his glasses. That's looking kind of cool. Alright, now the big thing is you don't want to make his lips too red, or else it looks like he's wearing lipstick. Which, hey, I'm not against. I am totally down for Lipstick Harry. In fact, let's give him a little bit of lipstick here. But the important thing is you just want to suggest the red lips. Looking good, baby. All right. We got a freaking Harry face right here. That looks okay. All right. Cool. Let's give him like a green. What's the Gryffindor color? It's red and how do I not know? Is it red and black? I think it's red and black. But we're gonna highlight the insides of his sweater thing with green. I'm gonna leave the glasses uncolored for now. Let's maybe color his hair just so that we have like a semi-complete Harry. What is it? Brown hair? I'm gonna say brown hair. So we're gonna leave a couple of like stitches of hair uncolored. Actually, and that's gonna be indications of highlights of like light brightness or whatever. Of light brightness. It might end up looking like he has gray hairs though, we'll have to see. Maybe we could just make them lightly colored in. Red and gold is Gryffindor, okay. Red and yellow, T-Bauer saying red and yellow, DK. Everybody's ready to correct me on that one. I should know this. I should know this. You guys are right to correct me. What do you think of Harry's face so far? Does it look okay? I was a little nervous about getting the face in there. Human skin is hard to do, especially in colored pencil, because you can't blend the colors. You can only juxtapose the colors, which makes it kind of tough to, you know, to get right. So let's sort of darken some of these areas of his hair. And then we can really darken it. We're gonna get rid of this white. I almost have no use for a white colored pencil. It never works for me. But let's start darkening areas of his hair with black. Even though they're already giving me black for like the dark parts of his hair that are supposed to be dark, if I just kind of run this through it, then it'll give it a little bit more texture. All right, cool. Maybe we could even put some specks of dirt on his face later, but we'll save that for a little bit later. I'm gonna color his scar red. It's not exactly an active scar, but I think it can stick out a little bit. It's kind of like when we did the owl. We made the letters of his name like really bright red, just so you could read it. As John was saying, scarlet and gold is Gryffindor, blue and bronze is Ravenclaw, green and silver Slytherin, yellow and black is Hufflepuff. Just putting up since I'm looking at it. Cool. Yeah, that definitely seems right. So we'll probably make his robe red and maybe give his, you know, hand guards or whatever a little bit of like a yellow. What is it? And Slytherin is green and silver. So maybe Draco's will be kind of gray. I think this underneath thing, I'm gonna say, I kind of want it to be green. I don't know why. I want it to have hints of green rather. So we're gonna put in a couple of hints of green. I like the idea that like he still lives as like a partial Slytherin. So like maybe he kind of sometimes lets the green sneak into his wardrobe. So this is obviously going to look like bright green right now, but we're going to cut this with a lot of black in a second. That's my headcanon, right? Like that he, you know, he's so concerned, especially in this story of Chamber of Secrets, he's so concerned that he might have been a Slytherin. Maybe it's kind of coming through in some of his costume design. All right, so we got that, and I know that looks very Slytherin-ish, but now we're gonna cut this baby with black. Yeah, like that. That's looking pretty good. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna just round off the top. The top will be completely black right here. And this. Gonna give us a little shadow right where his thingy is. Cool. All right, we're making a drawing. We're making a coloring book color. Coloring things in properly, somewhat. Making our own ideas. That's what I think is fun about a coloring book, is like you can come up with your own ideas and see if they work and whatever. And it's not like very high pressure. A lot of people just call coloring books like very therapeutic, which I would agree with. Because you really can just explore and do whatever you want. Yeah, the bottom of this will be shadowed with black either way. All right. Let me try and take a bird's eye view of this thing. It's looking good. I'm just going to say it's looking good. Thank you, Nickbot. The channel is called The Voice of Nick. I play video games live 3 times a day, every single day. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in my streams. Of course, today none of that matters because we are coloring a Harry Potter coloring book right now. And you can tell it's Harry Potter. The previous 2 pictures we did, it's like, well, is it Harry Potter? This is a picture of Harry Potter. So now you can tell it's a Harry Potter coloring book. That's because I'm out of town. When I'm out of town, I do streams like this. But of course, we also have a lot of video game stuff. To give you an example, in the last 30 days, I have done 200 hours of live streamed content. That is 8.5 combined days of streaming just in the last 30 days alone. So hit that follow button if you want to see more of the stuff that I do. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. So hit that follow button, guys. You'll see plenty of stuff if you are interested in seeing more. I am pretty satisfied with the way this Harry Potter picture is coming out. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm happy about it. I get excited when I like strike sort of like inspiration in a picture. So now you can see this shirt is really not green. It just has like very, very, very subtle hints of green in it. But I like that it's there. I like the idea behind it. There we go. Let's get this highlighted area to be a little bit green. Don't color it with the wrong side of the pencil, Nick. Decaf added a new character to the wiki. Nice. Nick Witwicky. I love it. Nick Witwicky. Amazing. Oh my god, it's great. Awesome. I'll have to read that later. We got a new page on the wiki, guys. Post some hearts for that. Good job to Decaf. It looks like an amazing article. Let's try and get his glasses frame in here. Let's say his glasses frame is brown. I'm gonna have to sharpen this baby. This brown is really going the way of the dinosaur. Good. Now we'll get the bottom part. Great. As a Tundra posting those hearts. Love it. Let's get this in here. Get some more of these folds. Some of my favorite things to do in artwork is the folds of clothing. I always think it's really fun to try and imagine like how is this item, how is this article folding, and how can I accentuate that when I'm coloring it in. So when I'm like doing a painting or something or any form of artwork, I always love doing folds in clothing or folds in a tablecloth or whatever. Any folds are always interesting to me. Let's just kind of dirty this up a little bit. Definitely this part of his cloak is probably going to be like just filthy with brown because he pooped all over it. No, because he probably dragged it through the mud while he was walking, or you know, if he's skimming near the ground with his wand, with his broom. A lot of brown is going to be in that part. Probably more brown than red. So what time is it for everybody out there? For me it is, hold on, it's 10 a.m. It's 10 p.m. in LA, so that means it's 1 a.m. in New Jersey right now. My computer is still on LA time. just darken a lot of this stuff. This is going to be behind his hair. So I'll sort of darken that stuff. Darken this. Looking good, baby. Oh yeah. Look at that. Folding clothes. Gotta love it. We got Decaf saying it's 1 a.m. here. Exclamation point AM for T. Bauer. Ooh, fancy. Mark C420, 1 a.m. Azure Tundra, 10 p.m. Okay, we got a lot of East Coasters here. Azure Tundra on the West Coast, where I typically am, but am not right now. So, haha, now I'm an East Coaster, baby. I'm just gonna dirty that up. Cool, we got this section of his robe complete. And I'm pretty happy with the way this is going, guys. I gotta say. We're at 56% battery. That's looking good. What's our uptime? This, and also this uptime, gotta add like 30 minutes to it because we got turned off for a little bit. Okay, so we're at like 121. We're probably gonna call it a show soon, but let's see if we can't try and figure out a fun look for his gauntlets before we go. So we'll try and make this inspired by the Gryffindor Gold. So that's probably going to be a palette of brown, like this sort of stuff. Browns and yellows and blacks. Obviously, maybe we can get some like brighter, a little bit of brighter yellow in here. T-Bar saying, whoops, the exclamation point. Oh, I like the exclamation point. Let's see here. Okay. So the shadow color on this thing will probably be brown. Like a gold, the shadow of gold will probably be brown. And then the highlight color, the most highlighted color, like there's gonna be little specks of this yellow, but I don't think there'll be a lot of it. I think it'll be mostly these two. I might have gone a little too overboard with that brown in that spot, so let's sort of try and rein it in a little bit. But I like the way this gold is looking. As we're saying, so many talents, Nick. Why did I think that said layers? Do you paint and draw too? When was the last time you did? Yeah, I actually went to, so to anyone who is wondering about my backstory a little bit, I went to school, like, for film and TV, but before that, I was going to school for fine arts. So painting, drawing, all that fun stuff I did in school. I left that to do film and TV, which is why I guess I have like a lot of knowledge of like video stuff and all the things that are involved in streaming. But yeah, I've done a lot of painting and drawing in my time. Usually I like to do drawings in like number 2 pencil, which could be fun to do on stream as well. I'm a little more self-conscious about my drawing skills. Coloring is kind of like no pressure. Drawing is like you're, you know, obviously creating something from scratch. We could always try that on a stream sometime. And yeah, I've done a decent amount of, I like oil painting, I like acrylic. There's a lot of fun kinds of painting. But I've always been interested in like light, you know, sort of shadowing things and the kind of stuff that I end up doing on these coloring book streams. Because I think that's the fun part, is like figuring out how the light plays off stuff. If you can. If sometimes I can't, but whenever I can, I like to try and do that. Get some of this yellow in here. Oh yeah, that's cool. To just trying to, we're kind of like, just like washing over it with yellow at the end step of this, and it gives it that kind of golden feel. Ready for this? Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. As a tender saying, wow, that'd be cool. I'd like to try digital art or painting. Yeah, painting is really fun. I can't speak to digital art that much. I used to own a Wacom tablet, but I got rid of it because I can't figure out digital art, even though one might think that it like applies really well to what I already do or did or whatever you want to call it, but I couldn't figure out how to get it to work. And not that to say that you wouldn't be able to, but I was sort of set in my ways. My brain doesn't really think that way. But yeah, digital art is definitely a good place to get into as well, because that's where a lot of the work is if you're looking to do it for a profession. Ready for this? Boom, 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 boom. Get some of that yellow. That's starting to look pretty cool. This gauntlet thing. The bracer, whatever you want to call it. I like it. Let's start dirtying it. Just put some specks of mud and stuff on it. Can't be too perfect because, you know, he's been out there practicing Quidditch for a long time, so it's worn in, you know, it's like a baseball glove. And we're gonna get some black in here as well. Try and deepen some of these shadows and stuff. Cool. As a tender saying, I have a Mac and a Wacom tablet. I need to do something with them. Yeah, if you just train yourself on a Wacom tablet, like the thing for me was like I already spent so much time learning how to paint and draw and stuff. And then I was essentially starting from scratch with Wacom, but if you just put in the time with it, you'll definitely get it. And it's really rewarding. Like when I see people doing digital art with a Wacom, it's so cool. And it really affords you a lot more sort of opportunities visually, like because you can do so many more things and experiment so much more with a tablet and, you know, a computer system for making art compared to what you can do on a canvas, you know, which is not to say that there's anything wrong with doing it on canvas, but, you know, it's a good field to get into for sure. Cool, all right, this is looking good. Let's get some shadows underneath his robe here. Yeah. Okay. Let's also assume that this is also robe underneath. Let's say it's probably like no, it can't be the inside of his robe. It's just darker robe. This is probably the inside of his robe. Yeah, that's looking real good, baby. Real good. Do you guys think I do Lego art? I've noticed. It is amazing. Shout out to Decaf for doing the amazing Voice of Nick Lego mosaic, by the way. I posted it on the Instagram story a little while ago. I believe Decaf, you responded to that one, but if you guys haven't seen on the Instagram story, check it out on the Discord. It's really, really cool. It's amazing that you would choose me to do a tribute like that about Decaf, so I really am humbled that that you would want to do that. That is amazing. That you like the channel enough to put in the work and the effort to do that, and of course to make the wiki as well. And Nick Witwiki, which you have just made. Multi-talented individual over there, Decaf. So guys, we have this portion of Harry Potter completed. We've been going for probably over 2 hours at this point. This is a double episode, so it makes sense. But we have the face and the hair sort of locked in to an extent. We could probably even continue shading a lot of the hair sections, but I think we're good on that for now. Yeah, let's get a little bit more of that. We, of course, we sort of messed with the robe, which is always the most fun part for me, is kind of getting like the shading of different pieces of fabric. We defined kind of the color scheme here. So this turtleneck is a very dark green, which you can kind of make out. I don't know how much it reads on camera, but in real life it's pretty subtle. Mostly black, but a little bit of green, which is, in my headcanon, to represent the fact that Harry is kind of torn between whether or not he's a Slytherin or Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor. That's the other one. Because in the second book, he's kind of wondering. So that's my little metaphorical addition. We defined the robes, the color scheme of the gauntlets, his little thingy, got his face in there. So we're going along pretty well. We got a whole nother person to do, Draco. We have a lot more Harry to do. And then we have this fun sort of background thing, this background element to color in as well. So thanks everybody for joining on this coloring book stream. This has been a lot of fun. If you don't know the channel, it's called The Voice of Nick. I play video games 3 times a day, every single day, live on Twitch. I don't talk over story or cutscenes, but I do request no gameplay or story spoilers in the stream. If you want to see more of the stuff that I do, then make sure you hit that follow button. It's probably there somewhere, I guess. I don't know. My camera is like upside down to make this work, so whatever. The follow button somewhere. Hit that follow button though, because in the last 30 days, I've done 200 hours of live stream content. That's 8.5 combined days of streams just in the last 30 days alone. That's a lot of video games and a lot of coloring. So we did Harry Potter coloring. We did this picture of Fluffy, the 3-headed dog. We did this Hedwig the owl coming in with his letter. And Harry is the third of our coloring series, so I'm pretty excited to be doing this one. Finally doing like a human form on the show. So definitely follow along if you want to see more coloring streams when I'm out of town. I'm going to have probably another one coming up later after I eat a little bit of food and get a second wind. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning, but I might be back in an hour or two. So join along for that. If you like the channel, you want to support the stuff that I do, then consider subscribing. Subscribers get a whole bunch of stuff, including the Voice of Nick emote, legendary status in the chat and Discord, 200 meatballs, higher chance to win in the heist minigames, and ad-free streams. They also get access to the brand new sub movie night. Let's put another hand in there. And the brand new sub badge, which will age with your subscription. Oh, that's a lot of stuff for subs. We're adding new stuff all the time. Also, another great way to support the stream is to cheer or donate. Cheers and donators get custom Voice of Nick voices as their shoutouts. They could also end up on the cheer or donation leaderboards. So check this out. We have new donation leaderboards this week. Third place is Doom Monster with $3. Thank you to Doom Monster for the donation. Tied for first place is two people. We have the Nick of Voice, number 1, and Azur Tundra, also at number 1 with $5. Thank you, both of you guys. That's a gold star donation. Thumbs up to you guys. To everyone who's supporting the stream. On the cheerleader boards, in third place, we have Space Dust with 300. That's a purple level cheer. Thank you, Space Dust. Second place is Ben Frost with 665. Thank you to Ben Frost. That's another purple level cheer. First place is Frost Fairy with 1050. That's a teal level cheer. Thank you to Frost Fairy. Another thing you can check out is the merch store, !merch in the chat. If you want to check that out, you can get the Voice of Nick TV Head t-shirt and Voice of Nick drawstring backpack, which I've been, just so you know, carrying around New York City for the last 3 days. Really reliable, heavy duty piece of accessorizing, but it is also very stylish. So let's find somebody to raid, guys. At the end of a show, I always look for somebody to raid who's playing a previous game in our playthrough series. We might also try and check out someone who's doing art. So it depends on who's playing what, who's doing what. So let's see what we got here. We'll try and see who's doing cool things. Unfortunately, my hands won't be a factor in the show for a second because I will be looking for someone to raid. So if that's what you're here for, then hang tight. We'll be back in a little bit with the hands. Okay, let's see what this one is. Oh, this is cool. This person is drawing something. Oh no, this one's ending. Dang it. You gotta expect that sometimes. Okay, how about this one? Ooh, cool. So some of you guys might be familiar with this video game. It's a picture from Danganronpa, which I have played. I've been known to play, I will say. So this person, Jubilina, is doing a painting, a digital painting, of a Danganronpa character. So that's pretty fun. For anybody who is interested in digital painting like Azur Tundra or anyone else, also really cool. Ask some questions if you want to get some pointers. So let's join Jubilina, who is playing art, who is drawing a picture of a Danganronpa character. Let's join that, guys. Make sure you post that raid emote when you get in there. Post that Voice of Nick love emote if you got it. And of course, let's all be nice to Jubilina, who is doing some very cool artwork. I'm going to actually copy-paste a bunch of the raid emotes for subs. You'll only be able to use this if you're a sub. Otherwise, just post hearts and let this person know you're coming from the Voice of Nick stream. I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. I feel like we got a lot of stuff done on today's episode, and it was really fun. So I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.